So you want to build a sauna? Me too. So in this series, we're going to build a sauna. I literally can't move my arms. My arms are cramping. I'm gonna try to keep it under $5,000. I'm gonna do most of the labor myself. Probably involve my stepdad, maybe a few friends. The space is gonna be behind me. It's gonna be an 8x12 sauna inspired by Glenn over at saunatimes.com. He has a great podcast. I think it's called Sauna Talk. I downloaded his $25 ebook. An amazing ebook, a great resource that will teach you how to build your own sauna with lumber, things like that. You can probably do this for about $2,000 depending upon where you live. But I have the concrete guys coming tomorrow. I have nothing done right now outside of just a little cursory mapping out of the space. But really excited about this. A few different things, as we kind of venture on this together. Learning how to build a sauna. I will run electricity there. I have some hardwired outlets out there that I can just run a conduit underneath the ground. But this is going to be a wood-burning stove. So I'm going to purchase the stove. It's about $700, some plus or minus dollars from Glenn's website, saunatimes.com. I love wood. For 2 years, we heated our house with just wood, with a wood stove. So I love the heat. I love that it penetrates the body. And I'm doing this for the experience, not so much the health benefits are amazing, but so that I can have people come over. We can fit 6-8 people in there. We can have friends come over. My clients, great Myoscience customers, invite them over for the experience of contrasting and feeling what it feels like to go into a really nicely warm, 200 plus degree wood burning sauna. And plus, if the power goes out, we have something to look forward to. So let's check out the space. That's a fence I built this summer, and I'm gonna run 5 feet off the fence, and then it's gonna be 12 feet long, 8 feet wide. I have to move that Japanese maple tree that's not really doing that well anyway. But most importantly, I'm excited to hopefully inspire you and people to get out there and build a sauna, because saunas are amazing. And most gyms and health clubs and stuff like that, for whatever reason, they're closed. Health officials have deemed them dangerous. So we have a lot of work to do. It's about 7 o'clock right now. I have to dig 6 4-foot holes. So here we go. My helper didn't make it today, Max, so I did all the work, dug 6 of these 4 by 1 foot holes. We make a lot of ceremonies around food. Let's go to brunch, let's go to breakfast, let's go to dinner, let's go drink wine. All that stuff is fun. I've done that my entire life. I'm sure you do that too. But why not make ceremonies around exercise, meditation, breath work, or going in the sauna? Like, hey friends, we're having a sauna party, come on over. In fact, I want to invite you one day. So this structure, 8x12, so it's gonna be, each room will be 4x6. There's gonna be kind of a changing room, and then where you can fuel, I'll have some wood there and stuff. I'm kind of a wood junkie. For many years, we didn't have a furnace, and I heated our house with a wood stove. So I've become proficient at making fires. And anyway, the environmentalists might be like, oh my gosh, you're like so selfish. You're gonna do a wood burning stove and just destroy the earth. Humans have been making fire for a long time. It's probably, I think, more energy efficient than using electricity, but what do I know? So it's more about the experience. So the wood heat from the sauna gets so deep into your bones, and talk about activating heat shock proteins and doing all these things from a health perspective. And again, going from cold to hot in contrast. I hope to run plumbing out here so we can have a little shower. But again, the point is, as you become more healthy, what's naturally going to happen is your social connections hopefully they'll expand, mostly online. But your offline, your analog, social connections, you need to you need to be proactive about how you can hang out with people, go for walks, go for hikes, do things outdoors, exercise, healthy food, and all that. And sauna is another great thing to do with friends. So, create a sauna, like, save some money, save $300 a month for the next 6 to 8 months and build your own sauna. You don't have to go this elaborate. I had a concrete truck here today and dug these massive holes. You don't have to do that. I could have put cinder blocks out here with 4 bags of concrete, per block. Concrete costs $2, cinder blocks cost $8. So didn't have to go all out, but I wanted to create a structure that would last a long time and that I could have multiple people in and never have to worry about the thing tipping over or getting blown over by wind or whatever. So that's why I look like a dirtbag. But I just want to inspire you to start manifesting things that you want in your life, because I see your comments on YouTube. I can't afford a sauna. Someone said, when I was talking about sauna therapy at the start of the pandemic, they said, it's really selfish of you to promote sauna therapy because many of us don't have one. And I thought, that's not the right attitude. You should want to, be inspired by this and start saving money and create the life that you want, right? No one bought me my sauna. I wasn't like gifted money. We saved money over time and made smart purchases and eventually bought an infrared sauna. I've been saving and manifesting this and dreaming about this for 4 years in this exact location. And I just now have the resources for it, right? From savings, paying off credit cards, cutting debt. So again, I opted to buy the concrete from a concrete truck, got a yard. You know what? I poured this slab for our hot tub by myself with bags of concrete. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, it's fine, but it takes twice as long. Stuff starts to settle. It's just like you need at least 3 or 4 people to make it work. I was doing this by myself. I was going to have my friend Max help me out, but he couldn't do it. So I'm just glad I didn't get stuck with like 42 bags of concrete, because that would have been a pain in the ass. And we recently paved our driveway, so I couldn't back the truck up there. So I opted to just get the concrete truck just get it done, just get the project moving. Probably paid an additional $300, $400 for that concrete. But again, it's probably going to have better tensile strength. It's going to set faster. It's easier, on the low back, a back injury. I'll pay $300 to avoid a back injury. So that's just what I did. You don't have to do that. You can get a mixer and you can get the bags and you can get a couple friends helping you out, pour them in there. But I opted just to get the truck. If I was younger, I probably would have just got the bags, but I decided not to do that. That's Blackie the chicken. All right. So if you recall, I'm going to move that bush, by the way. I just didn't have time to do it right now. Okay, let's see, what do we got going on? Let's go first. Okay, I had to do this retaining wall. All right, so we got the retaining wall. What you're gonna wanna do, should you decide to build one, I would suggest doing this. Making sure you're square. So what I did was, because the fence goes off a little bit, I ran a plumb line, which I took out already, but it went all the way to the chicken coop, okay? That way I knew I was straight, so it wouldn't look weird. Then I took my measurements, so our setbacks here are 5 feet. So the first, that guy right there, the first, pier, went 5 feet. And my retaining wall actually helped with some of the measurements, because I was able to just run a line, 5 feet. That was my first one. Then I have a line there. Heard the chicken, Blackie, what are you doing? So anyway, that really helped, and I think I'll add like a step or two right there. So all that stuff's gonna be covered anyway, but that's what's going on there. Okay. So just a few things, getting this dead on straight. Obviously these are they're off a little bit. The middle one is off a little bit. There was a big root right there. I couldn't deal with it, so I compensated by moving the metal bracket over with the string line. Again, it's all gonna be covered. No one will see it, so it doesn't really matter. Now, making all of these level, is pretty challenging. What you might need to do is get a laser leveler at night, which I didn't have time to do because I scheduled the concrete truck. So, again, what you can do is run a 4x4 underneath, just a little block, and lift it up. That's totally fine. But it was a lot of digging. Gosh, my triceps are cramping up. My arms are cramping up. But I'll let this sit. And over here, you can improvise. So there was an old tree stump right here. And basically I could not fit one of those Sauna tubes in there. So I just filled it with concrete. I mean, it's way overkill in terms of concrete, but you know, at least it's not going to settle. It's probably 24 inches across. It's a ton, probably the equivalent of 8 bags of concrete in there. But, you know, I had a yard from the truck, so that's no big deal. So yeah, so these are hopefully, you know, level and everything, and I can just run my 4x6s and start with the framing. So we made a lot of progress in one day. That's the other thing too, like the reason why I got the truck is I just wanted to get this project started and off to a good start and just get some early momentum, you know, to carry it through. So I know me, you know, you gotta know yourself, right? If I would have bought the bags, I would have had 42 plus bags of concrete in my truck. It probably would have sat there for a few days because I would have said, dude, I don't want to do this right now. I'm going to figure out all these other things I could be doing. It's going to rain. Now these can harden up, and then when it gets sunny again in a few days, I can just get to work. So know thyself. Oh man, my bicep is cramping as we're filming this. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in. That's day one. We'll start with the framing on the next video. Thanks. Bye.